Yes, come in. Rasul, please take your seat. Yogender Meena.
Yes.
Okay, Yogender. Please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Yogender Meena. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I did my schooling from Cadre Janakpuri in Delhi only. Then I went to IIT BHU to pursue my graduation in mechanical engineering. I also worked in Ministry of Social Justice as a member of project monitoring unit. My hobbies includes cooking, cycling, and following the Indian startup ecosystem.
Good. Okay. My colleagues will start. I will come in the last.
Hello Yogender.
Hello, sir.
So Yogender, you have heard about the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell which all states does it pass through?
Yes, sir. Sir, it starts from Delhi and Haryana, then it goes on to Rajasthan, sir, then Gujarat, then Maharashtra.
Okay, are you missing one of the states?
Sir, I'm not sure, but it may be MP, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so have you been to that stretch of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway which has been recently
Yes,
started?
sir. So it's my way to my village. It's a way to my village. Yes.
Okay. So who manages these expressways? I mean, is there any special arrangement by the government of India to build and maintain such expressways?
Sir, there were multiple public-private partnerships to construct the expressways, and so the model was the model was build, operate, and transfer. So the tolls will also be operated by the private players for some time.
Okay, so you're sure about this particular model is there in this Delhi-Mumbai Expressway as well?
Sir, as per my knowledge,
So what are the other models as far as your knowledge goes? Then except BOT, that is built, operate and transfer.
Yes, sir. Sir, one is hybrid annuity model, so that is also there. Sir, for brownfield project there is TOT, toll operate transfer, and sir, there is a Swiss challenge model that is been coming up recently.
What is that Swiss challenge model?
Sir, in that, so there is no auction by the government, so the private players offers their bids, and then the auction is there for the competitive rates.
Okay, so what do you mean by reverse bidding, if that is the case?
Sir, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. So have you heard of the word India Stack, which has been doing the rounds in news these days?
Sir, I've heard that, but I'm not able to recall it right now.
Okay. So your hobbies, cooking.
Yes, sir.
What do you cook?
Sir, usually the traditional food that we eat at home, I assist my mom. So it includes seasonal veg, dal, rice and chapatis. Sir, apart from that, I have a habit of recreating any dish that I taste outside or any place.
So how do you recreate dishes?
Sir, somehow I believe that cooking is a science. So I have gathered this experience, so I can recreate the dishes on the base of my taste. So if I'm not able to do so, or if the taste is not matching, then I go for looking at the recipe.
Okay, so can you point out a few dishes from Rajasthan?
Yes, sir.
Your original home state is Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
So, which we generally don't see on the streets in a place like Delhi or a big metro.
Yes, sir. Sir, talking about street food, so pyaz kachori is the most prevalent street food, and mirchi vada in Rajasthan, the cities of Jaipur and Jodhpur. Sir, apart from that, the cuisine that includes gatte ki sabzi, dal bati churma, that is also not very much visible in states like Delhi.
Okay, fine. So you have written in your draft that you have been a manager of Spandan, that is the annual festival of
Spardha, sir.
Spardha.
Yes.
Is that Spardha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in ITBHU.
Yes, sir.
So tell me 5 major qualities that a good organizer or a manager should have in your opinion.
So 5 major qualities will be, first will be resource management, because the resources of the college are limited and precious. So second quality will be team management and leadership, because you have to manage a team of volunteers. They are not getting any incentive for that work. So third will be crisis management, because it is a 3-day long festival and there are some spontaneous situations that are arising. So fourth quality will be responsible handling of the money, or I would say confidential information also. Sir, fourth will be being festive and optimistic, because sir, sometimes there are mishappenings and you have to cheer up the whole team.
Okay. Fine. So you have been staying in Delhi for how many years?
Sir, I was born and brought up in
You're
Delhi.
born and brought up.
Yes, sir.
So have you heard of Delhi Master Plan?
Sir, I have heard of this thing, but I'm not able to recall.
Okay, fine. So tell me major 5 issues related to urban planning in Delhi, which you see are the major loopholes.
Yes, sir. Sir, first and the major issue that we see with urban planning will be the proliferation of slums. There are around 750 slums in Delhi. That is because of flawed planning. Sir, second will be the proliferation of unauthorized colonies as well. That is a secondary version of slums, but the pakka houses. Sir, third will be the traffic problem that we are facing in our day-to-day lives. Sir, there are some environmental problems also that are because of this vehicular pollution and all those things. Sir, one more thing that is there is the degradation of the water bodies of Delhi. So once upon a time there were around 1,000 lakes, but most of them have been degraded.
Okay, fine. Suppose you are LG of Delhi.
Yes.
How will you solve the crisis of parking in Delhi?
Sir, some major can be related to infrastructure. Suppose there are multi-level parkings that are being coming up. Sir, second can be a sharing model where people are offering their places for parking. That can be a behavioral as well as a monetization model that is possible. Sir, one way can be bringing out an overall behavioral change like promoting cycling for small distances. So that can also be made. And sir, one can be cluster parking, like for a whole market there can be a parking space reserved for that market.
Okay, fine. So Indian Forest Service is an all India service.
Yes.
So do you think there is a need of creating more such all India services? If yes, then in which areas?
Sir, in areas where there is there we need to maintain a balance between diversity and uniformity. So there an all India service will be favorable. So for example, Indian education service can be there because the curriculum throughout the country is same, but the elements of local education and vernacular education is also there. Sir, some are in favor of creating a health service also. Sir, there again the similar thing, a balance between uniformity and diversity is needed.
Okay, and how is an all India service created in India?
Sir, it is as per the Article 312. So Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to create an all India service.
So those were my questions.
So, being from Delhi, tell me, are there any forest areas in Delhi?
Yes, sir. Sir, the recorded forest area is around 6%, but the forest cover of Delhi is around 13%. And if you will include the tree cover, it is around 23%. So there are some biodiversity parks like Aravali, Neela Halls, Sanjay Lake Biodiversity Park, Tughlakabad Biodiversity Park.
Okay. So, have you heard about this rich forest?
Yes, sir. Aravali Biodiversity Park includes the rich forest. Yes.
So, under whose purview is this Aravali Biodiversity Park and in general the overall rich forest area? State government, central government or the local bodies?
Sir, I'm not sure, but most of the area is under the Forest Department of Delhi. So that is that is under the Delhi state government, and some parts are municipal areas and some land belongs to DDA also, sir. So that is like a central government. So it is divided.
Can forest land be owned by a body like DDA?
Sir, some of the land, so as I am telling that the recorded forest area is 6%, but the forest cover is more. So the recorded forest, like the forest cover that is lying outside the recorded forest area. So some of that
So,
land is.
we see a lot of trees alongside the roads in India.
Yes.
So whose purview will those forests or those trees will come?
Sir, that is a part of avenue plantation. So, sir, some of them are covered under the forest area if they have the jurisdiction, and if the avenue plantation in the territory of DDA like Dwarka, sir, so the whole avenue plantation is a part of DDA.
So you will include these trees as part of the forest cover?
Not forest cover, sir, but tree cover, yes.
Tree. And your hobbies are very interesting. You keep track of startup ecosystem, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me some 3 key issues or 3 problems that startup sector is facing in India.
Sir, one of the major key issues are the regulatory hurdles. So we are doing good in this front, but still there is a lot of problem in ease of doing business.
Tell me others.
Yes, sir.
other areas?
Yes, sir. So second will be a funding crunch that we are facing today. So 2020 and 2021 year were the golden years for Indian startup. But now the funding from overseas, like the FDI have been a limited amount.
Okay.
So the last will be the retaining of talent. So sir, basically we are facing brain drain, and most of our talented individuals from IITs and IIMs are moving outside, and to retain them here it requires a lot of money, and sir, with funding crunch, so that is becoming an issue.
So, is government doing anything to solve these problems?
Yes, sir. Government is bringing up many schemes to solve each and every problem. So there are some regulatory exceptions for the startups. So it is the first problem. Sir, there have been Startup India Seed Scheme and Startup India Scheme to solve the funding problems. Sir, to basically to promote women entrepreneurship, Dalit entrepreneurship, and tribal entrepreneurship, specific ministries are bringing their own financial capital to fund these startups.
Do you know of any particular such scheme?
Yes, sir. So, sir, there is this Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So, there is this financial corporation for scheduled caste and this financial corporation for backward classes. So, they are funding, they are giving venture funds to these startups from these communities. And, sir, a similar scheme is run by the TriFed of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And, sir, talking about the last.
Tell me more about TriFed.
Yes, sir. Sir, TriFed is a autonomous body under Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It is there for providing the marketing support for the tribal entrepreneurship and tribal products. So, sir, there are many schemes of TriFed
So, are TriFed products available on Amazon, Flipkart?
Sir, there is its own marketplace also, but yes, sir, there are some products that are available on Amazon also.
Okay. So, since there is a lot of focus on promoting these kind of tribal products, can you name some tribal products from in and around Delhi?
Sir, I know some from the NCR region of Delhi, like from Aravlis. Aravlis, there have been products like honey and gum from sir Acacia nilotica baboon plant. So that is being marketed by TriFed.
Okay. So my final question is, since you know so much about the startup ecosystem, you are aware about the schemes also. So why don't you take up the mantle and start up using so many great initiatives? You are from IIT also.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was a part of startup. That the experience that I mentioned of Traversal Hospitality. So I was the part of the founding team. So there were some issues with the startup. We had to wrap it up during the times of COVID. Sir, when at that time I re-evaluated my career choice, and sir, my life decisions are based on two things: what impact I can create in society, and what my job will, how my job will impact me. So based on those things, I decided to go for public services and governance.
Okay, so I think you are trying to say that your idea of serving the people will be more served here, or your personal interest will be more served here in government?
Sir, both the things. A startup is limited to a specific sector, but here is the diversity of role. And sir, with public dealing, understanding the problems and providing the innovative solutions to them will be beneficial for the society. Sir, with that startup, I learned practices like resource management, and I have developed a creative problem creative problem solver, and I have an entrepreneurial mindset. That qualities I can use in governance to solve the existing problems.
What are your optionals in this IFoS?
Sir, maths and forestry.
This is
Okay. Okay, Yogender, you are from BHU.
Yes, sir.
Briefly tell the history of BHU.
Sir, BHU was founded by late Shri Malviya in the year 1916. IIT BHU was founded as the Banaras Engineering College in 1919. Sir, it was basically to promote the Indianized education to the students at a very experiential level. So that is the brief history of the university.
You stayed in which hostel there?
Sir, I stayed in multiple hostels. For the first year, I stayed in Vishweshwarya hostel. For the second year, I stayed in Aryabhatta hostel. Third year in Morbi hostel, and fourth year in Vishwakarma hostel.
4 years, huh?
Yes.
4 year course. So there is a one central library.
Yes,
What is the name?
sir, it is like commonly known as the Central Library. I'm
There is
not,
a name, very
yes,
famous
sir, I'm
name.
not able to recall it.
There is a one hospital inside.
Yes, sir.
What is the name?
Sir, Sundarlal Hospital.
Okay, it's a beautiful campus inside.
Yes.
Tell 5 tree species growing there naturally.
Sir, one major tree species that was also prevalent in our hostel was mango, Magnifera
Okay.
indica. Sir, there was neem species in the campus. There were peepal species. There were some old heritage banyan trees, and sir, there were some also ashoka trees in the campus.
There is a one Geet also for the BHU.
Yes, sir.
Can you recite one
Sir,
line?
it was sung on the foundation day, but I'm not able to recall.
Can you recite?
No, sir, I'm not
Who
able.
was the writer of that book, that song? It's a very famous song.
Sir,
All the occasions of importance.
Yes,
It
sir,
is
but I'm not
maybe
able to
doing okay.
recall.
Okay, your father is from Dosa, your mother is from Alwar.
Yes, sir.
Tell me very briefly about two places. Introduce the places.
Yes, sir. Sir, Dausa is a district in Rajasthan. It was a it was made recently in the year 1991. Some areas of Savai Madhopur and Jaipur were carved out to make the state Dausa. Major problem of Dausa is, sir, it is a drought-prone state. Only 3% of the area is forest cover. Sir, Alwar is a heritage district of Rajasthan. It was an earlier princely state also. It has Sariska National Park, and sir, the waterman of India, Rajendra Singh, is also belongs to Alwar.
Okay. Why you want to join Indian Forest Service? What is so attractive, or you can say what interests you in this job? It's a very tough job, in fact.
Yes, sir. Sir, as I mentioned, when I was evaluating my life choices, so sir, I wanted to do some great in the one life that I've got. So sir, being in this service, I feel that I will be able to serve not only the present of humanity, but also the future of humanity by saving the environment. And sir, I am very much inspired by the motto of this service, that forests are Earth delight, and that is very much crucial in these days of climate crisis.
What is the forest percentage? The latest report.
Sir, for overall India?
Overall, India,
Yes, sir.
India level.
Sir, so the forest cover is 21.71% and the tree cover is 2.61%.
What is TOF?
Sir, trees outside forest. Sir, trees outside forest are the trees that are lying outside the recorded forest area.
Okay, you are from Delhi. Tell me the Delhi administrative structure.
Yes, sir. Sir, Delhi is a union territory with a legislature by the 69th Amendment Act under the Article 239A. So, sir, the head of Delhi is like the administrator of Delhi is appointed by the president. He is known as the lieutenant governor, and as there is a legislature also, so there is a chief minister also. So the main decisions are being taken by the legislative assembly, apart from the matters of land, police, and sir, one more subject was there. I'm not able to recall. And sir, those so the recent amendments to this NCT of Delhi Act, so all the things should be passed by the hands of governor also. Lieutenant
So you
governor.
mentioned basically LG, CM, any other part?
Yes, sir. So sir, there are some autonomous bodies
Like?
the Delhi Development Authority, which looks after the land.
That become already
And
part
sir,
of
the
LG,
municipal
LG.
yes, the municipal corporation of Delhi is also very
MCT,
important.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything more you are missing?
Sir, I'm able to recall this. Sir, Delhi Police is also out.
No.
Yes.
So there is an arm of that administration covered by the report to the LG and all these things. It was already covered by LG. What is one more structure which you are missing?
Sir,
Okay, I will tell you when you for discussion.
Yes.
You mentioned about the biodiversity what do you understand by biodiversity hotspots? Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, biodiversity hotspots are like the places of very high biodiversity. So there is a specific criteria. For example, there should be there should be high degree of endemism. There should be 1,500 species of vascular plants, and there should be a threat, like it is presented by 90% of the population should be facing.
Okay, how many hotspots have been identified in India?
Sir, India is a part of 4 biodiversity hotspots: the Sunda land,
Please
the
tell me.
Himalayan,
Okay.
Western Ghats, and sir, the Indo-Burma.
And how many hotspots in the world?
Sir, from what I can recall, there are 32 biodiversity hotspots in the world.
Okay, what is the difference between a zoo and a safari?
Sir, a safari is a tourism practice that happens in the natural forest or a protected area. Sir, a zoo is a kind of an ex situ protection of animal species. So,
And in safari?
sir, a safari happens in the natural environment. A zoo is a part of captive breeding and ex situ.
What is the difference between high forest and a coppice forest?
Sir,
Have you heard the term high forest
yes, sir.
and coppice forest? Since
Sir.
you have already, your subject was,
Forest-
optional was
yes,
forestry, so
sir.
maybe must have read all
Sir,
basics.
I've heard this term, but I'm not able to recall right now.
Okay, what is Operation Kaveri?
Sir, I'm not aware.
You're not reading the newspaper nowadays?
Sir, I actually
you're
have
missing
missed-
it.
Yes, sir.
You're missing the newspaper.
Yes, I'm missing it.
Okay. What then again? What is the Manipur issue? Manipur
No, sir, I'm not aware of that.
totally cut off newspaper.
Sir, since a few days I've
Few
been-
days. Okay.
Yes.
You came here in Delhi for.
Sir,
you
I
are
live
staying
in,
here.
Yes, sir, I live in Delhi only.
Where?
Sir, in Dwarka with my family.
Dwarka.
Yes.
So nowadays you are not reading the newspaper or even in the mobile or something
Sir, from
digital
some
format.
days.
You are
Yes,
missing it.
sir.
Okay, please maintain it.
Yes, sir.
When will you
Sure.
schedule?
Sir, on 13th June.
13th June. Okay,
Yes.
you have enough time,
Yes.
but maintain it.
Yes, sir,
okay.
sure, sir, I will
Okay.
read
Okay.
it.
What is the difference between working plan and management plan?
Sir, working plan is the working circle is the unit of the
Working
forest.
circle no. I am working
Yes, sir,
working
sir,
plan.
working plan is the whole holistic plan of development of the forest. So all the regeneration, the felling of the trees, and all those things are to be conducted as per the working plan. So the management plan also includes other things. So it includes the wildlife management and all the things that are to be managed in forest.
The management plan is meant for territorial divisions.
Sir, I'm not sure.
What for it is meant for?
So from what I can call, management plan is for the whole forest and
Whole forest
yes, sir, the forest divisions. And
management plan and working plan.
So
part,
working-
part.
Yes, the working plan is for the territorial units. I'm not.
What are the uses of drones in forest administration? Think of it.
Sir, let me take a moment. Sir, drones can be used for various purposes. Sir,
Just bullet point I want. One,
yes,
two,
sir.
three,
So,
four, five.
yes, sir. Sir, it can be used for tracking the overall area. It can be used for wildlife management. Sir, it can be used for forest fire monitoring and prevention. Sir, it can also be used to monitor the forest crimes of illegal felling and poaching and encroachment. Sir, apart from that, some like delivery of some resources in the remote forest.
Okay, my last question is why they are concerned about the chat GBT? Everybody is crying that there should be 6-month moratorium and then it is going to harm the whole humanity or something like that. Must have read it about.
Yes, sir.
What are the concerns?
Sir, ChatGPT is totally a new level of generative AI.
Hmm.
So where the machine's intelligence is working on a higher scale that we have never experienced before.
Hmm.
So it can answer any of the question that we are offering to it, and it is also improvising its answers with every, like if you ask it to reconsider its answer, so it will re-improvise also. So that is a very high level of intelligence. So some of the the Center of Humane Technology, America, so they have published a report that it can be a harm for the humanity.
So what is your opinion about it? Should it be harmed? Should it be banned?
Sir, a technology is not a harm if it is controlled. So ChatGPT of today can be considered can be an equivalent of telephone of yesterday. So if it is
So precisely it should not be banned.
sir, there should be some regulations, but it should not be banned.
Which country has already banned it?
Sir, I'm not.
One country has banned it also. Okay, anyway.
Yes.
Now your interview is over. Formal interview. You can go out. I will call you
Thank you, sir.
for discussion and
Thank you.
feedback.
Thanks.
Okay.